Another new season begins here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live as the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship starts another season. Andrew Woodhouse here alongside Smiley Kumo and Sam. We're here at Watkins Glen International for the start of the season. Tony Klusterman, of course, taking the title last season, and he'll be looking to make it too.
Yeah, good evening everyone, and here we are, back for another great season. And we really enjoyed the last one. I think even the organization, everything about this series has been excellent from us. And the racing, it has been hectic all the way through. We've seen some great results and performance by individual drivers. But Tony Klusterman, he managed to just do a little bit better than the rest and get the championship. But here we are. It's a fresh start for drivers like Victor Tanaka and Rafael Kucharczyk. We'll see what they can do this time around.
Yeah, Kucharczyk, of course, he took the championship to the final round, which then he didn't appear at, unfortunately. I know the commitments, but Rafael will be hoping that he can put together just as good a season as he did in the first season of 2017. Let's have a look at the qualifying order then as it stands. There's some drivers still going around the lap, so maybe a couple of changes. The checkered flag comes out. But we've got a big field to go through, so I will start going through it now. Tony Klusterman, then, reigning champion. The 149.162 is at the top of the standings as we speak. Stephen Latimore is in second place, and in third is Victor Tanaka. Michael Taliancic is in fourth, with Dave Janssen in fifth. Sixth is Domen Gantar, and then runner-up last season, Rafael Kucharczyk in seventh place. Vit Solomon is eighth, with Stephen Phillips in 9th and Victor Morjon in 10th. David White is 11th, and then it's Peter Bingham in 12th. 13th, John Manley. 14th for Stefan Spantig. Jean-Philippe Bousselan is 15th, which is not a great qualifying for JP, so he'll be looking to move through the field. Teemu Toika is in 16th. Kim Holter 17th. Alex Roby 18th. 19th is Jose Borges, who saw moving through the field quite well in most races last season. Klaus Winther is 20th, and then it's Stephen Baxter in 21st, Clyde White in 22nd. Anthony Woodward is in 23rd place, with Matt Bunn in 24th, Richard Brightwell 25th, and Adam McNally in 26th. 27th is Alec Kowalski, Robert Lundgren 28th. 29th is Andres Redondo Perez, Bill Switzer in 30th, Ben Gillite in 31st, Karsten Peachman in 32nd, Stephen Peach in 33rd, David Zitterbar in 34th, and 35th is Igor Benbick. So we've got a 15-lap race, Sam, coming up, and Watkins Glen, of course, first part of the circuit, all about the slipstream. Second part is where you need the car to be to have a good balance and to make sure that you don't overcook that second sector.
Yes, Watkins Glen, it's really enjoyable as a driver, because the way these corners are profiled, you have high amounts of grip here, and it's almost like a super speedway. You can really nail the car down through this corner, and even here we are watching Alex Roby through. Here the car can get a little bit loose, and now he's heading towards the possibly the tightest corner of the circuit, which is also still very fast because you can just throw it in, hook it up and go. So I think we will see some great moves here, great racing.
Yeah, you've got some new tarmac sections, you've got a lot of camber on a lot of these corners, and really does allow you to carry a fair bit of speed through. So the V8 Supercar, which never the best car at the lower speed corners, will have a little bit of help from the track surface itself today. Speaking of which, it's a very, very warm day as well, just like it is actually here in the United Kingdom. 24 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees track temperature. So it will mean, Sam, of course, the V8 Supercar is one of the trickiest cars to drive on iRacing. It will mean that the tyres, the driver's going to have to look after those extremely well.
Yes, usually the grip is fairly high here, regardless of the temperature. But of course, considering this car, I think, let's say, what's the corner name for it? Turn 9. The entry into that corner will be pretty sketchy, especially if someone ends up hitting the rear tires, because as you go over the hill through under the braking zone, you also have to start turning into the corner, and that's where the back end of the car is really light. And another place that can get tricky is at turn 1. There's huge amount of camber that you can use, but if you run too wide, the curbing can really catch you out by surprise.
Yeah, we see that in pretty much every series, don't we? That some drivers get caught out by that downhill braking area, and probably will be no different today. Tony Klosterman then on pole position. We're just waiting for him to take his place at the head of the field, and then very, very shortly the European PenPower V8 Supercar Series will be underway for yet another season. Season 3 this will be. Second one on Apex Racing TV. There's Klosterman then. Just waiting now for the revs to rise, the lights to come on. We'll be racing here. We've got 15 laps in race 1. 2 races tonight. Feature race with a reverse grid coming up very soon after this one. So stay with us for that. Okay. Anticipation builds. The roar of the V8 engines is going to fill the air in upstate New York. The green light is on here and we're away for another season. It's a decent start by Klosterman. Stephen Lattimore in the 07 car got away decently as well. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside of the reigning champion, which he can't quite do. Klosterman gets enough momentum, comes through the corner nicely, maintains the lead. Couple of drivers side by side up the S's. Do not want to hit that outside wall. It's very, very easy to do. If you get too close to it, everyone looks like they are through the first sector cleanly. And Tony Klosterman still maintaining that lead then as they go into the carousel for the first time. Lap 1 of 15. Car off in the background. That might be Vitz Solomon. It is number 66.
We have
coming
also
under pressure from Morijon.
Yeah, we have also lost Ben
Oh,
Gellert.
Morijon hits Stephen Phillips. Phillips spins. Doesn't hit anything, Sam, but that's not a good start for Phillips.
Yeah, just bring up the replay here. Yeah, that was just a racing incident that was not that corner. You can really just understeer if you don't get the line perfectly.
Yep, and we've seen it happen to many drivers out there. Saw it happen once again there. Oh, there's a couple of drivers going off a little bit in the background. There's a lot of very similar looking cars out there actually, Sam, this year. There's black, blue and orange cars, so they might be quite difficult to set apart. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, I think, there. But Tony Klosterman in the best possible position after one lap. Oh, and there's someone very sideways. Oh, into the pit wall. Dave Jansen into the pit wall, and already the man who finished 3rd last season is in the wars after not even completing the first lap. He's going to find it tough now to finish in any sort of decent position. He does have a fast repair. He's very, very slow. I think is he parking it? No, he's going to carry on.
Yes, he will be able to carry on. In both races, the drivers have one fast repair available to them.
I've got a feeling that some of them are going to need it. So
yeah, you better also mention about the paint jobs. And we do have new paint job for the Sim Ability team with Tony Klosterman and Victor Tanaka with these white and blue liveries. Last season they had this very dark and red livery, so this is very different look for this season.
Yep. And behind them, of course, you've got the very striking red. What am I on about? Very striking sort of gold and black trim of Stephen Lattimore, the 07 car. He's going to try and maybe have a look, is he, into that turn 9 that you mentioned, Sam? And no, he won't. In 4th position, you've got Michael Taljancic, the green and black car.
Yeah,
Domen Gantar.
This series. Looks like he's also from Australia or New Zealand.
New livery for Domen Gantar as well. He's got to blue this season. He's driving for the Race on Oz team, I believe. And that's the same one of Stephen Lattimore. So they've got a quick lineup out there. Tanaka now really pushing hard on the back of Stephen Lattimore. He might have a go into turn 1. A lot of drivers, Sam, they don't tend to want to make a move into turn 1 because they're frightened of being repassed down that big back straight that we've got here.
No, it's the turn 1. It's really, you use it to prepare yourself for getting a good run here. And we see Victor Tanaka very close to Stephen Lattimore, 2 tenths behind, and that should be enough to just get you the draft. Still, Lattimore will have to go on defense.
It's almost in the wall. Tanaka at the top of the hill. He gets the run here. I don't think he's close enough actually to draw alongside Stephen Lattimore into the carousel. Tanaka just sizing him up, as you mentioned. It's a bit sideways off one of the curbs here.
Yeah, Lattimore
he's using these wider lines. You can tell he's got the car underneath him.
Yeah, Lattimore in comparison keeping very tidy and tight lines through the corners, not really letting it run wide.
Tanaka's trying to use that new tarmac on the outside of turn 8. Oh, and he might just get it done here because Lattimore was very, very sideways off the corner. What can Tanaka do? He tries to make his way through in second place. Does not want his teammate to get away too far. Of course, Klosterman, reigning champion, you don't want to give him any sort of advantage even in the early stages of the season. This is definitely the best battle on the circuit at the moment. Can Victor Tanaka do that? What can Stephen Lattimore do indeed to stop this this charge from Tanaka? Over the line then, lap 3 is over. It's lap 4 already, 15. This racing going to last a very long time, I don't think. Sam, as Lattimore going a bit wide, but that's quite normal in that corner.
Yeah, these laps are going by very quickly, and again, Tanaka is very close to Lattimore, but it seems like he just has to go back slightly.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Yes, small contact there. Tanaka is one of those drivers that I think was best known last season for his very exciting driving style. Yeah. And making use of all of the available space.
He's certainly going to provide us with a lot of entertainment this year. He's a little bit winning up in it. It's not to the extent of some drivers we see on Apex Racing TV, but he is, like I said, very aggressive with the car. So we'll see how that whether that profits for him later on in the season. Domen Gantar coming under pressure from the man who is in second place last season, Rafał Kucharczyk, and he's looking to get a good exit out of 8, and it looks like that's what he's done. To get close enough in order to make a move on Gantar, who came in sort of halfway through last season. Sam is very, very consistent, and pretty much every race finished in the top 5.
Yeah, for Kucharczyk, I think it was just he was not able to run the full season, missed out on the final event. So that if he can just join us for every single race, he is definitely a top contender for the championship.
Yeah, he does have a chance. Just going to run through. Just going to quickly run through actually the schedule for this season. Obviously here at Watkins Glen, round 1 of the season, and then it's a break of about 3 weeks actually before we go to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, and then it's Monza, Rhodes, Atlanta, Interlagos, Mo Sport in Canada, then Bathurst, Australia, and then staying in Australia at Phillip Island, and back to Europe with Donington, and then the Nürburgring Nordschleife is going to be the final round.
I believe don't we have also the endurance races this time around, or because we have there's been some changes in there.
Yeah, there are endurance races, and Nürburgring is one. There's going to be a 3-race event at Mo Sport, and then we've got the Monza is an endurance race as well, and yeah, so there's going to be also one 3-race event later on in the season too.
Yeah, I believe that is called Supercars. We have 3 short races in there.
Yeah, so that'll be very exciting, no doubt, and Be a lot for us to do on that night. Should be good. Now then, are we gonna get some overtaking here? I wonder, Sam. Everyone's been far too well behaved for my liking, I think, so far.
And just as you say, the Closerman has slight mistake coming out the turn 9, I believe that was. Just a little bit loose. And also the turn 8. And Latimer was able to close in.
Been an issue, obviously, for Ben Gillite at some point in this race, because he's already nearly getting lapped by the leaders here, Klusterman, Latimer and Tanaka. And then Michael Taliancic trying very hard in the background in 4th position in the Holden. It's Holden actually in the top 6 positions, and then it's Vitz Solomon, the first Ford, and then also in the Ford is John Manley, and then David White. So definitely a better representation of cars in this series. Of course, both of them are identical, really.
Yeah, the physics on them are, at least they should be completely identical. They just look different.
Domen Gantar is having a little look at Taliancic, but unable to get through. Very difficult position very difficult place, sorry, to make a pass into the carousel. You have to be pretty much fully alongside, as that's the lapped car getting out of the way of Ben Gillite.
Yes, if you can't make the pass into the carousel, you can still use it to force your opponent into the slower line and make the move in the next corner.
Yep, definitely, and we've seen a few drivers do that in the past races that we've seen here, and we should see some of that today. I'm sure we will, especially later on with the reverse grid race. That's something a bit new for this series. We don't see that very often here in V8s, and the drivers are going to have to work a bit harder than normal in order to get their the victory. So lap 6 of 15 here on Apex Racing TV, iRacing live as well. I'm Andrew Woodhouse with Sam Kumar here at Watkins Glen International, round 1 of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Rounds 1 and 2 coming to you this evening. 15 laps this one. We're on lap 7 now, and you've got a feature race as well, which will be coming on not too long after this. Actually, we're planning to get started with that at 7:15. Should be when the green light comes. Sorry, 8:15. Sorry, what am I on about? 8:15 is when the green light should come on for that one.
Yeah, there should be about 15-minute break after this one ends. So, unlike last season, the admins have made changes that allow for a slightly better viewing experience for us, for everyone at home. Because there won't be such a big gap.
Are these going to be the same length, the two races, Sam? Or
no, the feature race will be longer. This is the first sprint race, and the feature race will be longer, just like last season.
So with the reverse grid, they get a longer race, which is quite interesting, really, because it will allow for some slightly bigger gaps. It will allow, of course, a bit more time to get through the field, but it could be interesting. It should definitely be interesting if say, one of the slightly slower drivers manages to escape at the front, and they've got every chance of taking on maximum points. Of course, in series, in this series you do get 150 points for winning the sprint race and 300 points for winning the feature race, and it goes down in multiples of 5 for the sprint race, multiples of 10 for the feature race, until you get down to 10th position, and then it's down to slightly smaller increments. So yeah, even in the first 2 rounds of the season, you really don't want to have a bad start, Sam, because it puts you on the back foot for the rest of it.
No, as we saw last season, we kept counting the points in the last few rounds, just trying to figure out is Tony going to get the championship and so on. And it wasn't actually, he wasn't able to win by a huge margin. Especially if Charles would have been there, it would have been very close for the championship title. And who is that in the wall? Last corner, that was Ben Gillette.
Good question. Was it Ben Gillette?
Yeah, I just saw him.
So he's been off into the outside wall then, has he?
Yeah, trying to get the replay here.
Oh, yeah. It's really strange. He sort of goes... Oh, he just gets a twitch on the inside and then... Oh, no, he just parks it. He just parks it to get out of the way of the traffic, I think.
Yeah, he's been lapped down, so he got slightly wrong on the entry and just decided to park it there and let everyone by.
Now, Robert Lundgren has been in the wars early on, and it's Kim Halter that he's had a crash with in the S's on lap 6. Halter goes up the inside, and Lundgren... Oh, I don't know. Tough one, that. It's a tough one, that. As to what
yeah,
really
just seeing it
happened
on the screen.
I think you kind of got to... I think you've got to give a tiny bit more space than that, I think, to the S's.
Yeah, side by side through the SS, it's difficult even on the high doubles cars, and especially with these, I wouldn't necessarily try it.
I think Lundgren's problem on that one was that I think when you're going through there side by side, I think you have to expect that the other driver's going to hit you and take a little tiny bit more room, just in case, because it's very, very possible, of course. But again, it's a 50-50 one. I think it's a racing incident more than anything.
Yeah, it's a give and take there, and they just run out of room. I don't think there was anything intentional there. It just happens.
Oh, definitely not. Certainly not intentional.
Yeah, I think we see that kind of incident even in the championship, World Championship races as well.
Tanaka was very close to the wall again. He's really giving it everything, trying to chase down Stephen Lattimore, but it's not really working out for the Americans so far. Trying a lot of different lines in order to just try to do something a bit different, really, to try and get past. And maybe you may have to do it, Sam, in a place that's a slightly more unusual part of the track.
Yeah, I think he has to, because Lattimore is doing a good job at covering the inside line where it matters. So he might have to go something a little bit unusual for the overtake.
Although the one thing that we did say about Tanaka, of course, at the start of the broadcast was he is a little bit inconsistent, so I suppose he won't want to throw away third place worth of points just to maybe try and get second. I think it's a very good start to the championship for him, especially with Rafael Kucharczyk down in 6th position and Dave Janssen being not out of the race, but he's down in, I think it's 29th for him. So yeah, I think he needs to take advantage while he can.
Yeah,
somebody who's moved up. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I was just going to say somebody who's moved up the field pretty well so far is Matthew Bunn. He's up to 14th place in that CQR car, and David White also for CQR. Now David White's kind of met Matt Bunn in the middle. Bunn started 24th, he's made 10 positions. David White started 11th, and he's down to 13th. So, sorry, 12th. So, bit of an average race for White, but it's a good race for Bunn.
Yeah, I was confused there for a moment. Is this same Matman from the VSR series?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it is a CQR.
CQR car, yep.
Yeah, I just was confused because usually he just shows up as a Matman. Here he is Matthew.
Yeah. No, definitely him. Definitely him. And he's good as Max. He'll try a bit of everything in terms of the driving and try a few different cars. Teemu Toika is having a go actually on him at the moment through the carousel. Bunn gets a bit sideways. Toika to the outside. Gonna go round the outside through the chute. It's got a nice exit if you can keep that. You can keep that all nice and tidy. Teemu Toika. The inside for the fin.
Yeah, covers the inside line.
A bit sideways, but
I think he might have it.
Bunn's coming back. Toika's late on the brakes. He's going to sweep around the outside using that slightly newer concrete. Yeah, he is. I think he's got it. He just needs to keep the inside here. It's very difficult to do, though. Once you are alongside, you can keep the battle going for quite some time. Bunn. Oh, I got on the power very, very early, trying to get that place back, but slightly too aggressive on the power. And Toyka manages to get up into 13th place. He's up 4 positions so far. Klaus Winter is up 9 positions as well. And Jean-Philippe Bousselin is up 5 positions. So quite a few good movers out there.
Yeah, also
Winter in the number 73.
As in Steven Baxter overtaking Peter Ringham in the zone 1 for the 16th place. But Baxter runs wide and this allows Ringham to get back again and complete the pass, regain his position just before the SS.
Yeah, Baxter in that Apex Racing Academy car. Getting well in the slipstream now of Bingham.
And also at the front of them, one is going at it against Toyka again. One completes the pass.
Oh, Toyka got a good run out of the carousel, but he's going to run out of room here, I think. Yeah, and Bun nicely holds the inside, twitches a bit in the middle of the corner, but Toyka, don't think he's going to be able to get back here. I don't think he is. Bun takes a very extreme inside line there. Toyka getting a bit sideways. He just have the slipstream. He will pick that up, but it's not to great effect in this V8 supercar. Bun keeps that nicely.
It also looks like Bun might have some little bit of damage to the front right of his car. At least the fender seems to be missing.
Yeah, some of it's definitely missing, and it's not going to help the Englishman too much, but I think he will. Should be okay. It's going to be maybe affecting the aero a tiny amount, but not a great deal.
Yeah, I think the last season we just saw cars missing the rear spoiler and even the trunk lid completely, and it's still carrying on.
I think Stephen Phillips might have had an off, has he? Oh no, it wasn't Phillips, it was... I don't know who that was, actually.
I can see that Phillips has received an off rank, but it might not.
Oh no, it was Phillips going off. There's so many of those orange, blue, and black cars out there.
Yeah, Phillips just
that got me
run wide
confused a little bit.
Yeah, he ran wide before the last corner, but really lost no time at all.
Who's that having a go? That's Anthony Woodward having a look on Adam McNally. McNally in the Youth Energy car.
McNally, another driver we've seen many times here at the Apex Racing TV, regular in the BSR series.
And the Porsche as well, yeah. Oh, sorry, the Porsche, yes. And I think he was in the Winter Series as well. To my memory, up the inside goes Anthony Woodward. Going to make that work as McNally got a bit wide on the dirty part of the track, I think.
It all wrong at the exit.
Comes McNally again then. Wheel to wheel. It's turn 9, up the inside. Yeah, good move by McNally. Woodward's going to try and fight back here. Is McNally going to stay to the inside? He opened the door slightly, but Woodward not able to take advantage on that occasion. Good driving there. However, who is that? Having a look, that is Alec Kowalski.
Yeah, that is Alec Kowalski. Driving for the GTL, we are the same team as Rafael Chaucer.
GTL driver there. Did a reasonable season last time. I think he did a partial season last season.
In the background we have Robert Lundgren looking in for, I believe he might be doing just going for the repairs.
Yeah, that might be after the incident earlier on in the S's. I think he did come in and repair the car, but in again for some reason. Lundgren, I'm sure maybe he didn't have enough fuel in it for some reason, I don't know. To see
good battle here between Klaus Winter and Jean-Philippe Bousselin for the 10th place.
Oh yeah, side by side here. Winter trying to take the position away from Bousselin. It goes all the way around the outside actually. That's using a lot of grip there.
Also behind them, David White, Teemu Toika and Watkins still continue their scrap.
Oh, it's a good battle, isn't it? Two CQR cars, and then Toika.
Toika is racing as a privateer here.
Through turn 9. And they're very tight. Sorry, that's turn 8, isn't it? And then into 9.
David White is another fast driver. Usually in the PSR Porsche series, we end up chasing the racing around the same piece of tarmac, and he is not an easy guy to overtake, and he does not make many mistakes either.
No, he's a good driver, is Dave White. In 13th place. In fairness, Sam, I think you've got to be a good driver to drive this car to keep this car on the track for 15 laps. It's a very difficult one. It's the V8 Supercar. I used to drive the old one a little bit. Kucharczyk having a look on Gantar now. He's almost on the grass. Polish driver, GTL car on the inside. Going into the carousel, side by side. This is for 5th place. Man who finished 2nd last season. To a man who was on the podium a few times, Gantar. Looks like Gantar has enough this time. Oh, is he going to keep it up? Rafael got a really, really good run out of the chute into the toe of the boot.
Gantar runs wide, and now Kucharczyk might be able to get a comeback here. Takes the inside line, they're side by side.
He slightly killed his momentum, did Rafael, coming out of the corner, but is he just enough alongside to have a go? Just have a go, but Gantar, very accomplished driver, Gantar, and he's not going to let that go very easily. Oh, sideways! Oh, hello! Oh, wow, right in front of Kucharczyk.
That was a great save by Gantar.
It's so
almost lost it
when it starts to go. And Kucharczyk, that's very, very good driving from him as well, because he could have so easily just ploughed into Gantar and took them both out. And that's actually allowed Michael Taljancic to really stretch away in 4th position. So we enter the final lap now. Tony Klosterman leading. The lead's come down a tiny bit. It's now 0.8 of a second, but I think he's going to be okay as long as he drives a clean lap.
Yeah, they've been in that roughly about 0.8, 0.7 gap between each other in here. I think that might be where the car is most comfortable with. And I haven't really seen, at least Latimore hasn't been able to really close in Klosterman. Tanaka has been close to Latimore a few times, but just hasn't found the opportunity to really push for a pass.
Yeah, it looks like Latimore is maybe a tiny bit quicker at this point in the race, but Klosterman got everything under control, it looks like. Into the toe then for the last time. Up this fairly steep section here, over the hill, and then it starts to descend again towards turn 8. Through that heavily cambered corner, as Sam was saying earlier on. Squirt the throttle, two or three gears into 9, which is a tiny bit off camber. Very, very easy to spin the car. Klosterman absolutely fine through there this time. He started on pole. He was fastest in practice even. Tony Klosterman. He won last season's championship. And he's going to start off the defence of his title in the best possible fashions. He comes out the final corner. Tony Klosterman is going to come across and win for Never Quit Racing here at Watkins Glen. Round 1 of the season goes to the Canadian. And he'll be extremely happy with that. Latimore in 2nd, Tanaka in 3rd. And we've got still Morrijon here, Sam. Very close to Solomon, but I don't think he's going to get anything there.
Also close for the 11th place. But that might be Buselan. He's able to defend it.
Yeah, just about does that. It's very, very close in the midfield, isn't it? There, that's Buselan, Toika, Bunn, Borges, White, and Bingham, all in a line. Still battling it. Kowalski and McNally. Peachman and Spantig as well.
Yeah, looks like Peachman has been into the walls with that car. Quite a lot of damage to the front end.
Yeah, there's bits of it missing, and he's going to get to the end, and that's going to be important for him. 28th place, it's going to be for him. Sorry, 29th for Beachman. Spantig is 28th, and then Switzer is going to come across as well. Right then. Take you through the finishing order then for round 1 of the season here at Watkins. Tony Klusterman, defending champion, started on pole, led every single lap. Won the race. That's all you can do, really. It's as good as it gets. Stephen Latimer in second place. He'll be very happy, I think, with P2. Victor Tanaka likewise in third. Michael Taliancic, I believe that's his first race in the championship, P4. Fifth is Domen Gantar, ahead of Rafael Kajazi, last season's runner-up. Fitz Solomon in seventh. Victor Morjon in eighth. Ninth was John Manley with Klaus Winter in 10th, up 10 positions. Jean-Philippe Boussalan up to 11th. 12th for Timo Toika. And Matthew Bunn in 13th place. That's up 11 positions for him. He's the highest mover of the race, I believe. Borges in 14th, and then White in 15th, with Bingham in 16th and Baxter in 17th. Alex Roby was 18th, with Phillips in 19th after he got spun around at the chute on the first lap. Clyde Whiting in 20th, Richard Brightwell 21st, Anthony Woodward 22nd, Alec Kowalski in 23rd, ahead of McNally, and then Perez, and then Holter in 26th, Janssen 27th, Spantig 28th, Peachman 29th, Bill Switzer in 30th, and then Ben Galite, Robert Lundgren were a lap down. And it looks like Stephen Peach, Igor Bembik, and David Zitterbart did not take the start. Right then, Sam, we've got a reverse grid race coming up a bit, well, very, very shortly here, really. Only, about?
I think that's about 25 minutes.
25 minutes. So go away, get a drink or an ice cream, something cool, put your feet up, relax, and then come back, and then join back with us in about another, 15-20 minutes time, when we should be back here at Watkins Glen for round 2 of the evening. We've got a reverse grid race. I'll be honest, it doesn't actually say in the rules how many people are getting reversed, so we're just going to have to see what happens with that one, but we eagerly await that, and I hope you do too. Join us back here very shortly as the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship continues here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
From far away they came to us with knowledge.
Nick Candy, what a move. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
From far away they came to us with knowledge. They changed our world and left us without warning.
Nick Tandy, what a move. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time.
Welcome back to Watkins Glen and the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship here on Apex Racing TV, of course, here on iRacing Live as well. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Sam Kumo, and Sam, race 1 was pretty good, fairly clean, but then race 2, we've got the reverse grid, and it's a slightly longer race as well. It's going to be 30 laps.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit more than slightly longer. It's twice the length of the first race. So this will be about 15 minutes, I think, with one pit stop. And something that we were kind of wondering in the first race, we were maybe expecting a bit more overtakes, but the field stayed very closely packed together. But it seems like the guys are having trouble finding the places to overtake. Perhaps usually you see plenty of overtakes here, but I'm guessing with this car you can't really set up the pass into the carousel like with some maybe high downforce and lighter cars.
There's not quite as much slipstream here as well, so I think that's one of the reasons as well why we're not seeing any moves really into the carousel. Slightly cooler conditions out there as well. It's well, cooler on the track at least. Actually warmer air temperature, 27 degrees Celsius, but 32 is the track temperature. And in new money, that is 81 degrees Fahrenheit and 89 on the circuit itself. Okay,
and
then.
we are already getting ready for the grid.
And now we're going to see the results here, and it's going to be Teemu Toika is on pole position. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that was 12 cars reversed. Toika is going to be on pole with Jean-Philippe Boussalan on the front row with him. Klaus Winter in 3rd, John Manley 4th, Victor Morajon in 5th, Fitz Solomon 6th, 7th is Rafał Kujarczyk, Domin Gantar in 8th, 9th is Michael Taliancic, Victor Tanaka is 10th. And then Latimore 11th, Klusterman 12th, 13th Bunn, 14th Borges, 15th White, 16th Bingham, 17th is Baxter, and then Roby, Phillips, Whiting, Brightwell, Woodward, Kowalski, McNally, Perez, Holter, Janssen, Spantic, Peachman, Switzer, Gelite, and Robert Lundgren is at the back. Okay. Getting ready for the start here. Red lights are on at Watkins Glen for the feature race. 30 laps of action is underway. Very good start by Boussalan. It was a horrible start from Teemu Toika on the front row. Boussalan then puts the Ford up into the lead. Klaus Winter now is in 2nd place as well. It's a good start from Winter. He started in 3rd, then Toika trying to recover from the pole. John Manley in 4th, 5th is Morajon, 6th is Gantar. Already up from 8th position is Gantar. 9th is Solomon, and then Taliancic. And oh, look at this, Tanaka, Kujarczyk and Latimore all together. Oh, and Latimore's been hit by Matthew Bunn.
just able to save it.
Just about saves it. Baxter had to get out of the throttle as well. David White's trying to go around the outside into the chute. Stephen Lattimore is on the back foot already as he sees his championship rivals already flying away from him. Tony Klusterman is one of them. And then it's Matt Bunt, Rafał Kucharczyk, Victor Tanaka. A lot of action already in this second race as they go towards turn 8 down the hill. A lot of camber here. Busalan using the inside curb. In theory, Sam, the reverse grid, of course, for those people who... I'd be surprised if anybody's never seen a reverse grid race, but if you haven't, then of course, one thing to bear in mind is Busalan, everybody who's behind him, possibly apart from Toika, in theory could be quicker than him, so he's going to have a really tall order to try and keep this lead.
Yeah, this will be just a massive test of the racecraft, because it really shakes up the field when you have slower cars in front of you, and not only the faster cars have to take care to not make any major mistakes and not get caught up by the slower pace, but also the cars who are maybe second or two slower, they really have to be aware of what's happening around them, because these running guys, and Tanaka goes to the inside line.
It hits Solomon, goes through Victor Tanaka. It was a fairly forceful move, but manages to get done with no damage. Oh, into the wall goes Bun on the outside of the S's. He's attacking Taliancic. Taliancic is doing it. Looks like somebody in the fence. Sam, in the S's possibly.
Yeah, someone just disappeared from. I was trying to catch up to see who it was. I believe it might be Steven Baxter. Just bring up the replay. See, he's.
Oh yeah.
Going up the hill.
He's blown the engine, I think.
No, he just lost on the exit and then drifted all the way back to the racing line.
Sorry, and then blew the engine once the...
yes.
Yeah, he blew the engine by hitting the wall. Sorry, he didn't just blow the engine on his own.
No, fortunately everyone was able to avoid him. As Victor Marjon goes for a trip through the gravel.
He's a long way off, isn't he? How's he managed to get over there? Did he get some help?
He might have just extended his braking zone.
Let's have a look.
Let's see. Yeah. Maybe too much rear bias, just lost the brakes, rear brakes, and then does everything he can to just keep it under control.
He did very well there, actually. He only very, very light contact with the wall. It reminded me of Marc Marquez at Mugello. He had a failure at very, very high speed and managed to just stop it inches from the barrier. Similar one from Origin. He just clipped the wall there, but of course in a kart that's not necessarily too bad as compared to a motorcycle. Jean-Philippe Busalan is on his bike though, and he's away from Klaus Winter. He's got a slight advantage here now, Sam, and he's looking good here.
Yeah, Busalan, we saw him last time. He is fast driver. Maybe he had some kind of he's not consistently fast in every single race, in every single track, but it seems like here his pace is pretty decent at least, and Winter hasn't really been able to make any major moves. But one man who is Tony Busalan, he just overtook Lattimore after the turn 1 and should be closely clashing with Michael Taliancic.
Yeah, Klusterman is ahead of Kucharczyk, he's ahead of Lattimore, and that'll please him. Please him massively at the moment. He's behind Victor Tanaka though. Tanaka, he's similar to Ash Sutton, Sam. He can really slice through the field when he's on form, and he's having a go on Gantar here. It's not going to be an easy one to beat here, Gantar, but oh, he just leans on him slightly, Tanaka, and he's through.
Yeah, very forceful moves tonight by Tanaka. I mean, you have to be very careful, especially when you're going against, let's say, Solomon. Solomon was maybe not expecting that kind of move, and Tanaka pulled through the SS uphill.
Especially in this car, you've got to be careful as well, because it doesn't take a lot to get you out of shape. It's the grass and the marbles where he's flown up into the air as the driver's testing the limits of the final corner. Still Jean-Philippe Busalan by only 4.5 tenths, and the Diachman getting ever so sideways coming out of turn 1, but up the hill he's still got a decent run. Timo
decent run.
Toika is still in third place, and he's got that's John Manley. Actually, we haven't seen
John
anything
Manley
of
with a decent
Manley
run
so
as
far.
well.
Not seen him tonight, really, Manley, but he's right there with Toika. And that's bringing Tanaka into the picture as well. Tanaka looking very quick at the moment.
Only took like few corners and Tanaka is already there. And now Manley really has to pay attention to Tanaka and
he's going to have a go here, surely. Surely he's going to have a go. Oh no, maybe not.
No,
it might be at the bottom of the hill though, Sam. That could be the place for Victor.
You can see Victor
sideways goes.
And there he goes.
Sideways goes Manley. Tanaka no such problems.
But Manley is still side by
Manley's
side.
Manley somehow managed to get a very good exit. Very good sort of second phase of the straight. But Tanaka is through and he's already up into fourth. I think there's some contact between Klosterman and who's that behind him? Solomon, possibly, was it?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it was.
Here. Solomon was on the inside, no, outside there, and Klosterman just tagged him. That was really on the exit of the corner, so I don't think Klosterman was even trying to make a pass there. He just
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Solomon saw him, to be honest. I think he was too busy focusing on the man who just passed him, who was Taljancic, and Kachazik now having a look as well on Solomon. Kachazik with a nice run. Is he going to go up the inside into the S? He's almost through. White's Klosterman made a mistake. Coming out of the first corner, he's having to defend hard now from Solomon. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't hit that outside wall. Solomon with the slipstream. This could get quite messy now, Sam. There's 5 of them in there, including Matthew Bunn, including Stephen Lattimore.
Yeah, we also saw Kuchasek having to hit the brakes the uphill just to avoid running the back of Klosterman.
Who's now trying to go around the outside of Solomon as Lattimore goes and takes a more alternative line through the carousel. Up the inside goes Kuchasek into the chute. He's having a little look on Solomon here. Now everything seems to be fairly sedate, but not for long, you think, here in this PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. See Matt Bunn's car twitching around underneath him.
Kuchasek on the inside line.
Has he got a chance? No, he hasn't.
No, he's just taking a peek here.
Klosterman possibly going a bit wide as well. Yeah, he's having a think about it into all these corners. He's just trying to see if he gets Solomon can give him any space, but Matt Bunn is there as well, so you do not want to give him a great deal of space because he's used to racing in the BSRTC. And in that series, I know myself, I raced there on Thursday evening. You've got to be, you've really got to take every single opportunity that's presented to you. Charzik now didn't get a great exit, Sam.
We have a battle for the lead. Toika and Buselan.
Toika is caught and passed Jean-Philippe Buselan.
Yes, Toika just made the pass in turn 1.
That makes my co-commentator extremely happy. The only finished driver in the field goes to the front, and Buselan now relegated to second place. He's going to have to try and get back through, but you can see in the background there John Manley. He's really having a look on Winter, and he's through, and so is Gantar. So I wonder what happened to Klaus Winter there.
Winter was really slow through there.
Did he get a slowdown, Sam, I wonder?
Do you even get slowdown there?
I have no idea. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, just taking a quick look if I can see something there.
It's the only thing I can even think of. Has he got damage? Has he had a slight contact somewhere? Because Tanaka's through now as well. What's wrong with Klaus Winter?
On board with him, if there's anything that we can spot.
He's got suspension damage. Has he got suspension damage?
It sounds like his car is at least running fine, but...
Maybe he just overheated the tyres somewhere.
Yeah, that is possible. Maybe in the turn 1, just running wide and spinning the tires.
Excuse me, because it can happen very easily in this car. We've seen it many, many times. Well, Timo Toika into the lead. I believe this is his first ever meeting.
Yeah, one thing is that maybe he's out of fuel. I wouldn't expect it that lap 6, but who knows?
Well, he could be short on fuel. Maybe he's have to save a little bit, but wouldn't have to save that much, would he?
No,
Surely.
I don't think so.
Oh, hello. What's happened there? It's a crash. It's Boosterland.
Let's see what happened here. That's on the
Jean-Philippe
exit.
Boosterland from second position on the exit of the corner. Oh, he loses it, corrects it, bang! Into the barrier goes Boosterland. And I think that's his, well, at least the competitive race over with. He's actually retired the car. He's going to take a tow back to the pits, is he?
He
Yeah, he has
but
taken the tow back to the pits.
let's see
He
if
will
he's
get a
gonna
fast
continue.
repair, but I would imagine, Sam, that it would have maybe been a better option to try to crawl round to the finish, or to the pit lane, sorry.
It
Gantar
really
then.
depends. Yeah.
Gantar is through, sorry, on Manley. So go on, Sam, you were saying, sorry?
Yeah, it really depends because let's say where he spun off, that is a very high speed section. So if he were to rejoin the track at such a slow speed, it would just cause them major mayhem in there. So I.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, he chose wisely just to run the pits and take the tow penalty.
It's going to take a while though for that to be taken back to the pits. That to be ready to drive out of there. The pressure on Toika did ease off a tiny bit, but now I fear, Sam, that this could be extremely short-lived now for Teemu at the front, because Victor Tanaka is here, and we've seen in both seasons that we've covered that he does not waste time overtaking people.
No, and considering Teemu has had basically a clean track for most of this lap, and his lap time was 1 minute 50.4, whereas Tanaka was 1.5 seconds faster.
Dear me, Tanaka is so close to the wall.
Yeah, Teemu will be under a huge pressure from Tanaka.
Now, let's see what he can do then.
Shall we go on board with Tanaka?
Yeah, why not?
Let's see some of that exciting driving here.
We might not see a lot of Toika's car, because I fear that this might be the last we see of him. Oh no, he's gone. Tanaka's just trying to set him up, as you said, get the cut back. And you can see using that, I keep going on about that new tarmac section, that concrete section, but really does give you a lot of grip. And he's now right on the back of the lead car. Doesn't decide to go for it this time.
Yeah, you really don't want to go alongside here, because unless you can complete the pass before exit, you will just be open for retaliation here.
This is better driving by Tanaka though, Sam, because you feel that last season he might have already gone for a move and he might have made a mistake. Whereas he's obviously come in with a much better strategy of just taking his time a little bit. He knows he's quicker, he doesn't have to rush everything.
Yeah, even compared to the race one, this looks much more composed. And in the previous race, he was still using the run of
Oh, here he goes.
Late move there.
Oh, very late. Has he done
Runs
it?
Yeah, runs wide.
Oh, Toika very nearly got back alongside, but I wonder if that was just a case of saying, okay, even if I try and fight, it might not be beneficial to my race. Oh, Tanaka into the wall again. And he does have damage to that rear corner now.
Yeah, that's the second time he hit that wall section there. And
Here
that
comes
might
Toika,
be,
look at the overspeed.
Yeah, massive overspeed. It could be some damage for Tanaka.
Is that going to be enough damage to detrimentally affect his race? It might be affecting the straight line speed already. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what he does next time on the next really fast straight, which will be as we come round this next right-hander. This is the one that we said about a lap ago.
Yeah, and there's a lap car ahead of him. I believe that is a long run in his Apex Academy Ford.
I believe you would be right there. Tanaka's speed looked okay down there, but it's not the longest straight in the world.
No,
Toika's doing very well now that he's just sat behind Tanaka. He's actually driving extremely well and keeping the gap as small as possible.
Yeah, it might have been that just the wall contact, he had to lose some speed to recover it, just lost the time there. So maybe his car is just fine. Maybe he just gave a little bit of scare.
Well, we can see down the main straight then. We'll see what he does here. Of course, he's got the slipstream now. I think he's okay, but... Well, we're definitely going to see this time, aren't we? At the top of the hill. Whether he can maintain that position. Oh, Toika got some dirty air there. Did you see that? As soon as he turned in, he just had to get out of it. Tanaka very, very close to the wall again. Again, that's dangerous. That's dangerous even when you're in the lead. Very, very tough to keep running that line so close to the fence. To do it every single lap without a mistake. Tony Klusterman, incidentally, has caught the back of this group as well, which does consist of Gantar as well.
We also just saw the top 3 for Tanaka and Toika. There was really no issues for Tanaka. Toika was slightly faster, but that was mainly because of the draft.
The American is going to be extremely happy with that.
Oh, and Toika almost loses on the exit.
So that allowed Gantar a chance now. At the bottom of the hill, up the inside, Gantar's very late on the brakes. Runs it into the corner, turn 8.
And this is what I was talking about now. Toika was able to hang on the outside, and there is only one line through here. And he's able to maintain the position.
Yeah, that's spot on that. You can't go really too wide through that tight left-hander at turn 9. And, you know, they do generate a reasonable amount of downforce, these V8 supercars, so there's a little bit of the dirty air coming into play through that final quick section at turns 10 and 11. Klusterman has a think about it. Thinks better of it. Gantar not challenged this time.
And I can see Ben Gillette dropping out timing field, and also John Manley he's having issues out of the turn 1. Just taking
Oh, yeah.
look at the replay what happened here.
What on earth happened to Manley? He's gone wide.
Yes, run wide. Wow.
Oh!
That was a safe ball by... Who was that?
I think it was Bun that he missed, wasn't it?
Yeah, good of him.
Can we please go on board with Bun through the first corner and just see if we can see what he
Let's
sees?
see. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find there.
Oh! Dear me.
Okay, we are on board with fun. And wait. Towards the turn 1. It's turning in, everything is fine. Oh, that was very close.
I tell you what, he kept his foot in it as well, which I don't think I would have done. I tell you. Oh dear. Good work by Bun. And
Yeah,
someone else is...
I think he just saw the car and wanted to get out of there before it bounced back from the wall.
He had lost a place to Kachazik on that lap, actually, Bun, but he's still ahead of Lattimore. Lattimore's missing his rear wing, Sam, and he's in the pits.
Where is he? 10th, 11th right now. Okay, something has happened to him, please. Let's see, can we find it? What?
At least a couple of laps ago, more than
he
that.
has had an off track here.
In fact, he's had no rear wing for nearly the whole race. Oh, for lap 7.
Lap 7. There is an off track. Let's see what happened there. No, he's already lost his rear wing on lap 7.
Oh, he got hit at the corner after the carousel, and he just got knocked it off. Why, who's that? Oh, Fitz Solomon was the one who ran into him. He's got a clean car now. He's got another rear wing.
Yeah, that might help through the carousel at least.
Yeah. Oh, Toika! Massively sideways. And Klosterman surely this time is going to take advantage. Oh, Toika very twitchy on the braking, hit the grass, I think.
Yeah,
That was exactly what happened to Morrison, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he's all over the place now, Toika.
Yeah, very twitchy on the brakes. Maybe too
He's
much rear bias.
Might be losing the tyres a little bit as well.
We are approaching the pit window here.
It'll be interesting to see what Lattimore has, where he comes out, Sam, after his stop. Toika's now using every single little piece of the racetrack he can. Maybe he's being forced to, maybe he's just in a bit of trouble with the tyres. Domen Gantar is quite close to turn 1.
We are also seeing the first pit stops happening. It was Winter and with Solomon coming in for their pit stop for this race. We expect the pit window to be between laps 11 and 19, so this is roughly in that window, and that should be their only pit stop.
I think for Winter and I think it's going to be, I can't speak. It's going to be Lattimore that's going to be the one that's, it's going to be the one that they're closest to, I think.
Lattimore is well past them.
Yep.
Winter should be about done with his pit stops. Yes, that's 27.6 second pit stop. And Lattimore.
Solomon.
Yeah, Lattimore, yeah, Solomon did not have repair, so he has to make replacements.
And so he's jumped him in the pits there as Fitz Solomon. It's a good job. Job getting that right, at least it looks like it at the minute. Oh, David White very close with Borges. It's for 9th and 10th.
Yeah, very close here. And Jose Borges, another driver we saw, and he was usually in the middle of the action, around the midfield and top 10. So I think he's used to the pressure.
Another one of those Phantom 71 drivers.
Yeah, there's plenty of those.
Oh! David White very nearly ended up in the fence. Managed to save it well in the CQR car.
And behind him is Stephen Phillips with another Phantom 71. And I think David White is coming for pits. Yeah, there is. Also, Klosterman has come in and just started his pit stop.
Klosterman in then from was a top 5 position.
And also we're just getting a message from Robert Lundgren that he has basically suspension damage. It was not repairable.
Okay, so he's out, unfortunately. Who are the retirements? Well, we'll take you through them. John Manley, Ben Galite, Carsten Peachman, Jean-Philippe Bousselin, and the aforementioned Robert Lundgren. Close between Morrison and David White in the pits. Bill Switzer's had an issue, has he?
He is very slow through there, and that is a plenty of damage on that car.
Into the wall he goes, braking. Into the fence goes Switzer, and that might be. Although no, he's still going, but that's a big delay for him.
Yeah,
Toika still holding that, which is.
He was saying that he has not used his fast repair, so as long as he can make it to the pits without losing too much time, that shouldn't be a major issue.
Gantar now follows Toika into the pits. He wasn't going to pit, I don't think, but he saw that Toika was coming in, and Domen Gantar following him, and Kajazi and Bun. So 4 cars coming down pit road. So there anybody else in front of them? Tanaka is in as well. Michael Taliancic is leading, by the way. He hasn't pitted yet. Should be Tanaka out first of these, surely.
Yeah, also we saw Matt Pan missing his pit stop and he had to reverse back in.
Oh, there goes Tanaka. There goes Gantar. It's a decent stop for Gantar, actually. Here comes Klusterman round turn 1. Don't think he's going to do it. I think he's not going to be ahead of Gantar. Or Tanaka. Tanaka with some traffic now, though. It's Adam McNally. Is he pitted yet, Sam? I don't think he has.
No, he hasn't.
So
I believe all the cars in front of him are for the position. Tanaka
so
is
he's-
10th and he is the first driver who has pitted.
So they won't want to be delayed either. So I don't think they'll be just letting people through. I think they're still going to have to work for the overtakes. Tanaka has to do that with McNally. Oh, there's a contact. Was that between Kowalski and Whiting, was it possibly? Yeah, it was. Oh, down the inside went Kowalski. Whiting closes the door and Kowalski hits him.
Yeah, Kowalski with some quite significant damage to the back end of his car.
I don't think there was a great deal that could have done about that, to be honest.
And Kantar
Kowalski.
makes an easy pass on Kowalski. But Kowalski fights back. Just wasn't quite able to stay on the inside line and that's a pass complete. And here comes Klosterman.
Yeah, these guys with new tyres really just scything their way through. And Kusterman can now get off after Gantar. In comes Kowalski, in comes Whiting and McNally as well. And there was one more. Was it Richard Brightwell that's in as well?
We have... Yes.
Yeah, there's a few in. There's a few in this time. Dave Jansen's in as well from
Yes. I can see
was
6
fourth,
cars
I
in the
think,
pits
but-
right now. Yes. So...
Victor Morajon's going through, and number
That is-
173, that is David White going through. So he's going to get ahead now of Dave Jansen.
Yeah, that is only 4 cars that have not made a pit stop yet.
Jansen
So-
started at the back, in fairness, Sam. So he's done actually a pretty decent race so far.
Yeah, his pit stop was also pretty decent at 24 seconds. So looks like he had no repairs or anything like that. So just
Yep.
needs to keep moving and make those passes here. Ahead of him, it's the David White who had pretty good pace, so it's not going to be an easy task for Janssen to make a move on White.
Still no pit stop for Michael Taliancic, but what he is doing, Sam, which I've noticed in the last few laps, is he's putting in some very, very quick lap times on these older tyres. And 149.0. Actually, if you look at the times, is about as quick as what Tanaka was doing before he pitted. So we'll see what Tanaka can do now that he's free of all the traffic. This will be his first fast lap. Comes across, so what's it going to be? 47.8. So I think Taliancic needs to get in the pits now, to be honest.
Yes, let's see, who was Taliancic's unified victory? I believe that might be Domain Kantar.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think he was
Oh,
behind.
that might have been Jose Borges and Stian Phillips who just came in for that pit stops.
No, I
But
think he was
fair,
20. He was 20 odd seconds ahead of them, mate. To be honest,
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, to be
because
fair,
he's
if
already
you
at the back end of the circuit.
you have an empty track, and so if you have the fuel, might as well just run the fast laps.
It's a good idea, I think. Yeah, it's a very, very good idea because he's going to be lapping fairly quick, a bit quicker than some of the ones in the midfield, and also the more laps he stays out for, it's that age-old thing. The more laps he stays out for, the better condition his tyres are going to be in at the end of the race. He's still lapping quicker than the likes of Vit Solomon, Timo Toika, Klaus Winter, those guys really. So is he going to pit this time then? Nope. Carries on. That's going to be 17 laps completed. Because in fairness, we had a couple of drivers pitting on sort of lap 12 or whatever, so it's not really it's not a major issue, I don't think.
No, but just looking at his lap times right now, I think he might be better off pitting this time around, because that was 1 minute 15, 1 minute 50, which is slower than top 10. So now he's just losing time.
We'll see if he can pick it back. He might be able to pick the pace up. I mean, to be honest, if he picks the pace up to sort of 49.5, something 49.0 again, and he actually is making some progress over some of these guys who are fighting. So let's see what Solomon does this time. We've got Solomon, Teemu Toika, Klaus Winter. See what they do when they come across. Solomon does a 49.3, 49.2 for Toika, 48.8 for Winter. So yeah, you might be right. I think it's. Although again, even if he loses a tenth or two now, he might be able to get. He will gain that back, obviously, with the fresher tyres later on. So, but he doesn't. But he also doesn't want to leave himself not enough laps to make use of those fresh tyres. We've seen that in Formula One this season, with drivers making a pit stop slightly too late. They've got very fresh tyres for a few laps, but if the tyres are hanging on, you want the driver to be able to push for as long as possible.
Also, we saw it in the first race, overtaking is not actually that easy here. So he doesn't want to put himself into a position where he has to make those passes.
The fresher the tyres, the better in this V8 supercar. However, like you say, you need enough laps to be able to use those tyres properly. Lap 18 then of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. You're with Andrew Woodhouse and Sam Kumo on this Saturday evening. Warm welcome to everybody here just joining us. If you missed the first half, one, where were you? But two, you've missed a pretty exciting race so far. We've had the first reverse grid in this championship ever, I believe, and well, it was Teemu Toika at the front and Jean-Philippe Boussalan in second. Boussalan got a fantastic start, took the lead earlier on, got ahead of the Finn, but then the Finn came back through, and Toika was then able to keep the lead for several laps before it being taken over by Victor Tanaka. At the moment, Michael Taliancic leads by the virtue of the fact that he hasn't been into the pits yet. Victor Tanaka, however, has, and he's 27 seconds behind the leader at the moment, but lapping that 1.4 seconds quick. Taliancic, Sam, he's not in contention for the win here, but he's just hoping that he can rise through that sort of top 10 as much as possible.
No, but one driver who is back in contention is Klaus Winter. He has been really putting the pressure on Toika for the past few laps. Maybe even a little bit too much in that previous lap. We saw him almost losing the melon to the right-hander.
Yeah, he's really doing well with Winter, and started in third actually, but you would have expected him to drop down a little bit. Yeah, he's coming into a very, very strong phase of the race for him. Right with Teemu Toika now.
Yeah, we still don't
Winter,
quite
number
know.
73.
Yeah, we still don't quite know what happened to Winter, because he was really slow there. And even, well, maybe his pit stop was only, let's say, 4 seconds longer than usual. I don't think that is enough for any kind of repairs. So, hard to say what happened there. It would be nice if we could heard from him after the race.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, that, wasn't it, really? So, yeah, we'll see if... I don't know if we'll be able to get any sort of explanation for that or not.
And looks like we have the final pit stops and Victor Tanaka reclaims the lead.
Yep. Taliancic, however, is going to get into third place. So that was a good stint. It was a good stint, and now he's got fresh tyres. And Rafał Kucharczyk might have to worry a little bit. Because if Michael could do those lap times around 49, around late 48s, early 49s with old tyres, then certainly with fresh tyres he's going to be he's definitely going to have a good chance.
Yeah, that was extremely fast in the pit stop for Glen. Well, most likely because he didn't need to take as much fuel. That was only 17 seconds, whereas
Exactly.
other drivers have been hitting the 27-second mark.
That's your other advantage as well, though, isn't it? Is that you
Yeah.
not only get the advantage of the fresh rubber, but you spend less time in the pit lane, and that's why someone like Stephen Lattimore, who pitted in the first, I think it was on lap 12, he would have had to take 18 laps worth of fuel.
Yeah, Lattimore, well, that was only about 3 seconds longer for his pit stops. But of course, he has been running much longer on these tires, and I'm not sure if he will be able to challenge Glen in these closing stages. I think the main battle will be for second place between Kucharczyk and Glen.
Yeah, Tanaka, let's see what he does then when he comes across to finish lap 20 of 30. He does 1:48.591. And then we've got Kucharczyk, what's he do? 48.7, that's a good time. Taliancic, well, we won't see a representative time from him until he comes around this time. So this is where he's really got to make these fresh tyres work to his advantage.
This track is really hard on the cars, especially the carousel. That will eat your front tires if your car is perfectly balanced, or if you're just... Oh, and that is Lattimore hitting the wall. Same wall that Tanaka was hitting, and that's definitely
Damage to
the right front corner.
Yeah, that's damage to the front corner. Oh, and what is potentially the fastest car out on the circuit in the hands of Stephen Lattimore is now handicapped, and it's repaired itself. So.
Oh, so it's that magical remote repairing that they've been having.
He did hit the wall. I mean, there's no question about that, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, any evidence of that has been hidden.
Yeah, but if you can see his hands moving around the cockpit, so there might be some damage, because that looks like very busy evening for Lattimore.
Let's have a look. Let's go on board with him.
Yeah, we had some close shots here.
See what he's like through the last two corners. It looks okay.
Okay.
Looks fairly smooth actually. It might have just been those couple of corners. Although those final two corners aren't really ones where the back end's going to really give you a lot of trouble. It's more going to be around the back of the circuit where you see the drivers really working the wheel.
Yeah, this car is not the easiest to drive even in perfect condition. So if you even suspect or have any damage, then it's going to be really busy. And yeah, I mean, there has been damage that is just all over the place through the uphill.
So is he struggling with it again now?
Yeah, it looked like it was just almost run wide on the entry.
Maybe it's just in the fast stuff that he's having those issues, because yeah, it looked okay in the back end of the circuit. But Tony Klusterman having a look on the outside of Gantar into the carousel. He must have got a great run off the aces. Now using that big old wide line with all that camber. Slightly banked corner. Then coming out of the chute towards the toe of the boot. Tony Klusterman trying to get into the top 5. Of course, race winner earlier on, so he knows what to do around this Watkins Glen circuit. Got a good slipstream here, but not quite close enough, Sam, for a go into turn 8.
Just looking for it. It seems like he is able to break slightly later than Gantar. He needs to be patient and find a good place for overtaking. And something that we haven't mentioned that is what usually happens with these long races is that, for example, there to the carousel, the long corner, even if it's wide and you can run the outside line, it gets very dirty towards the end of the race. So there is no grip here.
Yep. Well, that's it. All the marbles and dust and things coming into play. Now, Michael Taliancic from the Australia-New Zealand region is right with Rafał Kucharczyk. And those fresh tyres really coming into play for him.
Yeah,
777 car, like green machine.
Yeah, got 2/10 last lap, and now Kucharczyk is defending the inside line.
Trying to break the toe, maybe. Taliancic's much quicker in a straight line, actually, looks like, than the pole.
Also much quicker through here. It seems like he's just having to walk back.
And he needs to do exactly what you said the other drivers are doing, and he needs to just do a setup move through one of these corners. Maybe take a slightly wider line, use the grip of those new tyres while they still are new, and that's the key thing. When you do have a tyre advantage, Sam, you've got to take advantage of it as quickly as possible, because the longer he spends behind Kucharczyk, the more his tyres are going to get to the level of Rafał's tyres.
Yeah, usually with the iRacing, especially you have the press rubber, that is usually great for say 1 or 2 laps, and then your lap time slows down quite significantly, but then it's a very gradual progress after that. And usually even just losing the fuel, the car comes much faster rather than just suffering from tire wear.
That's why he really needs to make this move, I think, as soon as he can, because he's going to struggle otherwise at the end of the race, I think. Michael Taliancic got a decent exit from the final corner. I don't think he's close enough here, but again, he may be able to use turn 1 as that springboard. Let's move up the hill, see whether he can do it. Good exit from him now through this very, very fast SE section. Pretty much flat out, this right-hander followed by the left. He was slow through there compared to Kucharczyk, actually, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't quite get the straight line through the left-hander, just ran a little bit wide, wasn't able to follow closely and lost that, and lost some speed.
Latimore is still going in 4th. He's not had any difficulties since that tap with the wall. Gantar is still ahead of Kluseman, 5th and 6th places. Got a good battle between Toika and Winter, still going on for 8th and 9th.
Yeah, this is one of those battles that has been going on for a while.
And a good one as well, lower down the field, between Clyde Whiting, Adam McNally and Stefan Spantig. That is for 20th.
Yes, that's a 3-way battle, and even if it's for 20th, these guys are not they are not relaxing at all. It's full pace, full attack, even for this back half of the grid positions.
Yeah, that's what I love about this series. There's always battles going on throughout the field, and it's always pretty clean. McNally and Whiting then going excuse me, nearly going wheel to wheel here. McNally having to think about it, decides not to, but just try and get the run off the corner.
And you can really see the driver.
Oh, Kucharczyk off. Kucharczyk off. Taliancic had got through anyway, but Rafał making a mess of turn 1, braking on the grass. And
yes,
that's the problem for anyone,
screen.
as we've seen.
Approaching to turn 1, braking zone. The car just veers off, and he is able to keep it away from the walls, but just loses a lot of time there.
Barely manages it. Klusterman then is right with Gantar again. Using all that V8 power down the back straight. Oh, is there a nudge there?
There was a small tap as Gantar closed the inside line, and there was really nowhere for Klusterman to go.
Will Klusterman be able to find the gap? Will he be able to get past Omen Gantar? Will Gantar's good run continue? It'll continue even if Klusterman gets through. It's still a good 6th place, is still very good if he manages it. But he doesn't want 6th, he wants 5th. He's worked hard to get it. Oh, he's sideways now, and that could be it for him. He's having to cover the inside. Klusterman got a good run, but he hasn't got a great run. And Gantar, oh, Klosterman, poor exit. He's going to have to do all that work again to catch up and then pass. Dorman Gantar, whose defence was very, very good. And he didn't give up, even though he knew he had a bad exit, Sam. He fought hard for that position.
Yeah, and Klosterman, he had a chance because we've seen the outside line working very well through there. But then Klosterman just tagged the inside curve, which loosened up the rear end, and he wasn't able to fight back.
Very, very good battle for 13th and 14th between David White and Stephen Phillips. Almost nose to tail here. White, who started 15th, he's up 2 positions. Phillips, who started 19th, he's up 5 positions.
Currently about 7 tenths between them, and White gets much better race through the final corner. But let's see as they approach the one. White runs a little bit wide.
He locked up.
Yeah. Phillips gets a much better run.
Don't think it's going to be enough for Phillips though up the hill. Quite good enough, I don't think. It's going to close in a little bit, but for now, David White maintains 13th place.
Also, something's happened to Bill Switzer. I see him dropping downfield in the standings.
Hits again, is Switzer. What has gone on here? Oh, hello. He's crashed with Tony Klosterman, Sam.
What lap was that?
25.
Okay, trying to find it.
So he lets Gantar through, and then just seems to, I don't know what he does. It's very bizarre. Oh dear. Like he wasn't paying attention to his relative or something.
Yeah, I cannot see it on my list. I just saw that he also had a small incident in turn 1 on lap 23, but that's not...
Yeah, the pretty big incident 2 laps later. Is it on Klosterman's? Can you see it on Klosterman's one?
No, I don't see any incident list for Klosterman.
Oh, it was a major incident at the carousel though. Klosterman's now got quite severe damage to the rear right corner. So he's going to drive the last 4 laps with a damaged car.
As he comes through here. Yep, he is missing a few bits and pieces.
Tanaka's missing the front corner of his car as well. Was that like that before?
I think I have had that must be from the wall contact, because it is on the right hand side.
Oh, just 4 laps to go then, and quite a lot's happened in race 2 here in the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. And yeah, a little bit still to go. Victor Tanaka started 10th. He's fought his way up. He's now leading the race.
Good battle for 13 between Dwight White and Steve Phillips. Still happening here.
As
they were just side by side, and Phillips now close behind.
Now Phillips is... Phillips did a really good line through there. Saw that White was struggling with a bit of understeer, and Phillips now may have every chance to go through. Is he going to try it? Yes. Big dive, deep dive on the inside. Not quite.
But now he's on the outside.
Good on the brakes. He's having a look, having a think about the next left-hander. It's a good battle this between White and Phillips. David White hanging on for all that he's worth. Of course, obviously, Sam, we mentioned earlier on that you two drive in the... Oh, into the wall!
Yes.
Looks into the wall. Now, has he got suspension damage? I think he's okay. Car looks like it's driving straight. Looks like
he was just able to avoid the...
Oh,
he's got that must be some damage.
He's got a major amount of understeer here. It looks okay-ish. Oh, he's got an issue, but if he keeps going, just needs to keep going really for 3 laps. He's got a big gap behind him, 7 seconds over Peter Bingham. So should be okay to get that one to the end, I think.
Yep.
Taliancic and Kucharczyk back at it.
Battle for second
How has
place.
this happened then? How have these two ended up fighting again? I've no idea, but...
No idea, but their previous laps were near identical, so...
Oh, wow! Very, very close. Kucharczyk. Taliancic now trying once again to do that hard work that he did earlier on. He's going to do it again. Kucharczyk then made a mistake, went on the grass. We thought that was his challenge for second place over, but he hasn't given up. And, well, good things come to those who keep trying, it looks like, for Rafał Kucharczyk. Second place overall last season. He may finish second in this race if he can hold off the challenge for 2 more laps here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, very close through here. Maybe Taliancic had a little bit wide line on the entry, but he's able to hang on closely at very fast rate. Has to take the outside line.
A good slipstream here, hasn't he? Good overspeed. Around the outside into the carousel. Oh wow, that was easy. That was very easy indeed for Michael Taliancic. Through he goes into P2. Very, very nicely done indeed.
Yeah, you don't often see that kind of moves, especially at the cars with equal speed. Just overtaking on the outside before even the entry.
Yeah, not as easy as that anyway.
Something happened to Adam McNally.
What has happened to Adam McNally? Oh wow, huge one at the top of the hill, Sam. Massive one. Loses the rear. Tries to catch it. Oh, nearly does. And then up and over. It's very unlucky that he rolled it in the end.
Yeah, finishes it up with a nice little dance. Small dance in there.
But he's so unlucky that he rolled. I've no idea why it rolled, but yeah, he just clips that barrier the second time with the rear end, and it just ends up putting him into the wall, flipping him over. Victor Tanaka on his way around the final lap. He very nearly hit the wall there on the S's again. He still hasn't given up trying. 48.7 his last time by. Pretty decent lap time, considering he's been on these tyres for 14 laps. And, well, Victor Tanaka, he started in 10th place, and if this race is anything to go by, Sam, it's going to be a very profitable season for him, because he is very, very good at overtaking. He's probably the best overtaker in the series, and this maybe gives him one extra string to his bow.
Yes, this will be a very different challenge this time around, because now it's not so much about the qualify pace, but you also need to have the racecraft and the guts to make the passes. And we've definitely seen Tanaka being able to make the passes whenever, wherever.
It's just a very, very good attribute to have, is overtaking skill. We don't all possess it, but this man certainly does. Victor Tanaka is getting 9 positions, and he's just come through turn 9. Started 10th, and he's just coming through turn 10. And now, for the 30th time, turn 11. Checkered flag is in the air. And it flies now for Victor Tanaka. Takes race 2 here in the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. Michael Taliancic made a very, very good drive. Long strategy for him. It pays off with P2. Rafał Kucharczyk in 3rd. I think he'll still be fairly happy with that from 7th on the grid. Stephen Lattimore in 4th. He clobbered the wall in the middle of the race. Domin Gantar actually got 5th in the end, ahead of Tony Klusterman, who was hit by Bill Switzer near the end. Vit Solomon taking a good 7th ahead of a charging Klaus Winter, Timo Teucher in 9th, Matthew Bunn in 10th, and then Victor Morajon in 11th after his bit of rallying that he did earlier on. Dave Janssen then P12, and David White and Stephen Phillips still battling. Phillips caught him back up again. Doesn't quite make it though back to the line in time to steal that 13th place away from White. Peter Bingham in 15th.
Oh, we have a close battle from the 19th place. But Whiting and Alex Kowalski. It seems like Whiting
we
just
did
got
have.
it.
Is Kowalski out of fuel? He's out of fuel, Sam.
Yeah, he is. And
Spantig's going to get this one. Just gets it on the line. Kowalski out of fuel. Still finishes the race. Just waiting on Andres Perez. On the final corner, he's got a damaged car. Is that crabbing slightly? I think it is. Over the line, here comes Perez to finish in 22nd place. So the retirements then in this round: Bill Switzer 2 laps down, Adam McNally 3, and then Stephen Baxter, Alex Roby, Anthony Woodward, John Manley, Ben Gillite, Carsten Peachman, Jean-Philippe Bousselan, and Robert Lundgren all bit the dust there. Right then, everybody, we are going to... Everything's changed in here. Where's the interview room? We're going to go into the interview room. And we're going to join our reigning champion, Tony Kloosterman. So, see you in there. And we are joined in the interview room by last season's champion, Tony Kloosterman. Tony, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Well then, title defence time, and you kicked that off in absolutely fine style with the grand slam of practice, qualifying, and the race. But then in race 2, it was a lot more interesting than it normally is, isn't it?
Certainly was. It was difficult back there to make some spots, and the racing was intense. Doman fought me very fairly, and it was absolutely my fault when I got under him there in at the end of the front straight. So I held up and gave him a spot back, and then I don't know what happened with Bill and myself, but I was up on 2 wheels there for a little bit.
We thought that could have been a lot more serious than it actually was. He got absolutely pancaked, I think, there in the carousel. But yeah, I'm sure you'll have a little look at that back later on. We didn't see it on the. I saw it, but we didn't get it on the broadcast. So you're gonna have to go and have a quick look at that back in your own replay. But yeah, it's going to be more difficult this time, isn't it?
Well, certainly with the reverse grids and not knowing what that number is going to be, it certainly is going to be more interesting for sure. But, I think it will up the level of the game of everyone. So it'll be a lot more tight racing, and it'll mix up the results a little bit.
I think it will. Are there any tracks in particular or any events you're looking forward to this year? Of course, now we've got a mixture of 1, 2, and even 3 races per meet.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to miss the first race there in July, which I think is our next race. That's going
to be Montreal.
Yeah, July the 7th, 8th. That's the event I'll be away for. So it's unfortunate.
You had to miss one of the Canadian rounds, didn't you?
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I'm going to Mosport for the endurance race there. So.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that should be good. But we're also racing at Mosport this year, which you must be fairly pleased with.
Oh, yeah. Lots of laps there, both in real life and in the sim. So really looking forward to that one.
And that's across 3 races, so that'll be even more crazy than this one's been. Do you think that's a good change then, the move to a reverse grid second race? Because, it was very exciting for us in the commentary box.
I think it's an excellent idea, and I think that it's going to make the broadcast much more interesting for you.
Tell you what, though, it's going to be difficult because your boy Victor over there, he's good at his overtaking. You might have to try to get some pointers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he made his way through the field extremely well. Tony, as usual, my friend, is there anybody you'd like to give a quick shout out to before we finish with you tonight?
Big shout out to PenPower for sponsoring the league, and obviously our team sponsors Never Quit Racing and Sustainability.
All right, well done. Thank you very much, Tony. One win tonight, and also P6. So that's a pretty good first meeting, I reckon.
Thank you.
Cheers. Then we're going to speak to the man who took race 2. Victor Tanaka joins us now. Victor, have you got us there?
Yeah.
All right. So race 1, pretty eventful. Finished on the podium, but race 2 now reverse grid, of course. Different challenge. One that we were saying in this commentary box that very much suits the way that you drive in your style. So take us through exactly how you managed to engineer that victory from 10th on the grid.
Yeah, race 1 was very frustrating. You know, the track was really hot, and anytime I try to push a little bit to get a little 10th here and there on Steven, I would just go over the limit and overdrive the car. So it was very frustrating to have to settle for third and without any power to do anything. But yeah, I knew that race 2 would be where I could make up some points. And with Tony and Steven starting behind me, then I had a really good chance. But yeah, then Rafael and Manley put some pretty fast laps on the warm up, so I was concerned about it's going to be difficult to pass them. And it was indeed. For some reason, I had in my mind that the race was 15 laps too for the second race, and that's why I was rushing to be very aggressive.
Well, that's a good job you didn't stop after 15 laps, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had somebody doing that in a race here a couple of weeks ago where they finished 1 lap early.
Yeah, so I had in my mind that the race was going to be 15 laps, so only after lap 5 I realized that was 30 laps. Like, okay, I didn't need to be that aggressive, I guess. So yeah, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't be so aggressive in the beginning there, but still it paid off, and I was lucky that Tony and Steven had a little harder time making through the field.
That's what really helped you in the end, though, isn't it? Those first few moves, because that's what got you the distance between yourself and the other championship contenders.
Yep, exactly, and I had clean air for the majority of the race after that, so
Yep.
It's all about putting the laps down.
It certainly was, and very good start for the team as well. You must be pleased.
Yep, very good start for the team. I believe Steven should be in between us, right, in the championship? Between me and Tony?
Off the top of my head, I think he'll be third, I would imagine.
Okay, yeah, so that's even better. So
I don't know though, because he got
1-2.
Yeah, because he got a second. He will have got more. He'll have got less points for the first one being second, but he would have got more points for being where he finished in the second race 4th, wasn't it? So yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be close. I'll tell you, it'll be close with those extra points given, obviously, for the feature race. So yeah.
Yeah, we're very close, and from now on, I try to make as many races as possible, because if I want to win this, I have to make sure that at least I show up for all the races, to keep my odds up.
Do it. Right. And mate, same thing. Thank yous, shout outs, whoever you want.
Yep, Never Quit Racing, Simability, and yeah, Tony always helps me a lot. We change setups, we practice together, we help each other out, and yeah, we always get faster.
Awesome. Thank you, mate.
Thanks for the broadcast.
Cheers. It's Tanaka there, and very, very good performance once more from him. And we'll try and get through everybody if we can, gents. I do apologise if we don't manage to get through everybody. Stephen Lattimore is here. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's good. That's a relief. Stephen, good race meeting for yourself. You must be really pleased with that. Second and 4th. That's not a bad start.
Yeah, to keep up with Tony, I was quite happy with that, and to keep Victor behind me in the first race, but just couldn't get through the traffic in the second one. Let them get away from me.
A little bit of a scare in race 2 with hitting the barrier. We thought you'd sustained a bit more damage than what you actually did, but that's something you've got to be really careful about around here, isn't it? It happened to Victor as well.
I don't know where did I hit the barrier?
I think you clipped the wall at the top of the hill. That's what it
No,
looked like.
I did get a little nudge when we went 3 wide, just past the bus stop there, but I can't remember.
We
Long
saw
range.
some damage on our screen and then it disappeared after about a few seconds. So
We'll blame the Australian internet.
it may, yeah, that's what it might have been. We might have seen that and you may have not actually hit that. Okay, so
We'll have to stop using beer cans over here.
we'll edit that out. Don't you worry. But yeah, all in all, mate, that's a good start. Are you going to be full time this season?
Hopefully, yes. If I can stay awake for all the events, I definitely will be here.
What time are you on now?
Over here, it is 6:30 in the morning.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So well, we hope to see you at some of these races. But if you doze off during them, then we'll understand.
Yeah, I should be here mostly for the first one, but yeah, halfway through the second one, if I just go straight into a wall, I fell asleep.
Oh dear. We know we feel the pain. We feel the pain. We've got a broadcast that starts at 2:00 UK time on one of the nights. So yeah, we understand definitely. Mate, same question to you really as it was to everybody else. Give a quick shout out to team, anybody who you like.
Well, this season we've combined forces, 2 forums, Race on Oz and SLOR Racing, and we've got tons of sponsors. I can't name them all.
There we go. That's your homework for next week. Next time.
yeah, I've got to learn my own.
Get your list ready for when you speak to us at 6 a.m. next time.
Yeah, I just like to thank my mum, my dad.
That's it. Get it all there. And my coach, who I wouldn't have been without. Take it easy, mate. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Get some sleep. All right. I think we've got time for one more. I don't apologise to everybody else, but I think we're going to go for Dom and Gantar, who's 2 top 5s, I believe, in today's racing. Mr. Gantar, are you there? Hello. Good start to the season. You came in halfway through season 2. Did about the last 8 or 9 races, something very, very consistent.
Came at Spa.
And then it started again. With the same sort of consistency. Some good finishes tonight.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with my results. Had a great race with Tony. So overall, quite a good performance.
Yeah, you seem like you suit this format as well, because you're traditionally not very likely to bin the car or anything like that. So it seems like you're going to pick up a lot of points in these feature races.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite tough to overtake at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is that I was racing.
Be very careful.
I was racing some reverse grid races on Thursday night, and it's very tough because you've got the slightly slower guys in front of you, you've got the faster guys behind you, potentially. So, what's your approach to the start?
I could see the difference between Victor and Tony. They were much more confident under braking and overtaking the slower cars. So I was taking a bit more easy approach.
Is that something that you think you can gain a bit more confidence on the brakes? Do you think there's anything within the setup or within yourself that you can change?
In the middle of the race, Tony put good pressure on me, so I was pushing very hard and was becoming very confident on the braking.
So you've learned from the experience then, essentially.
Learned from the best.
Well, that's it. That's pretty much all you can do. There's nothing better, I'll tell you what, as a training tool than that. Just before we go, so same as everybody else, really. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or say hello to?
I don't know, everyone who raised this series. You broadcasters, admins, friends and family.
All right. Well, there we go. That's nice and easy. Domin, thank you very much for joining us, mate. And we look forward to hearing from you again sometime this season.
Yep. Goodbye.
Thanks very much. Right then, Sam. That concludes our interview segment, essentially. And the first 2 rounds of the evening, first 2 rounds of the season's gone very, very well. And did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was more of the same as last season, but I think this reverse grid format really suits the series. We saw plenty of action in the second race. The race lane, I think it was it was just perfect because it allowed the faster guys to move ahead while also keeping the action happening all over the field. And even the sort of first race, we had these kind of battle packs. Maybe this track didn't quite suit the overtaking as much as we were expecting, but it was still very close there, and we didn't see large gaps opening up.
But there was definitely some good overtaking when we did get it, and I think that's going to be a feature of this season. Right then, thank you everybody for watching here today on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Thank you to Sam for the pictures and for his insight on the commentary. Yeah, and we will speak to you, I think next time will be tomorrow when we've got the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. So join us again for that one. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.